Being healthy in a toxic world. Let me start by defining what a toxin is. Hold on, I gotta get this button thing down, there we go. Toxins are essentially poisons that enter the body that our body isn't designed to break down. We are exposed to a plethora of toxins on a daily basis. Day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year, these toxins add up, slowly taking a toll on our health. We see symptoms, conditions, and disease as normal as we age, when in fact, 90% of disease is caused by mismanagement and misinformation of diet and other lifestyle factors. So, where are toxins? They're everywhere. They're in our food, water, soil, air, prescription drugs, over-the-counter drugs, cookware, beauty products, household products, EMFs, Wi-Fi, even people. To be more specific, there are things like heavy metals, arsenic, lead, aluminum, mercury, or chlorine, diesel, estrogen, trans fats, food colorings, food additives, artificial sweeteners, BPAs, and other plastics, non-stick cookware, sulfates, and parabens. Levels of toxic chemicals and metals in the air and water are up to 1,000 times higher than ever before recorded in history. And this isn't discussed on television. It has, however, been documented by the work of Dr. Henry Schroeder, MD. Excuse me. According to the US Department of Agriculture, food today contains 1/4 to 1/10 of the nutrients as the same foods grown 100 years ago, proving that our soil is depleted. So, we ingest toxins, we inhale toxins, and we come in contact with them on our skin. So, why is it important to limit the toxins we're exposed to? We're all gonna die anyway. Okay, research has shown that these kinds of toxins are linked to cancer, infertility, birth defects, hormonal imbalances, endocrine disruption, autism, autoimmune, Alzheimer's, learning disabilities, and digestive disorders. 70 million Americans suffer from digestive disorders. So the impact of toxins daily over time can affect our energy, weight loss, weight gain, our mood, stress management, chronic pain and inflammation, oral health, and immunity. So you're not going to be able to get rid of toxins overnight, and you're not going to be able to rid your body of them completely. That is why it is so important to make conscious choices about what you put in your body, on your body, and in your external environment on a daily basis. And focusing on a healthful diet is an extremely safe approach. So at age 33, I was fed up. After 3 decades of being on prescription drugs, eating non-organic, genetically modified, processed dead foods, and treating my body like a trash can, I was getting sicker. I wasn't getting healthier. And at times, I was even under the care of my late father and mother, a medical doctor and a registered nurse. The past 13 years, I've been on a health journey, and it's still going strong today. Being healthy in a toxic world is an uphill battle every day, and it's a never-ending journey. As early as my teenage years, I was on over a dozen prescriptions, suffering from asthma, IBS, allergies, chronic fatigue, adrenal dysfunction, abnormal pap smears, ruptured ovarian cysts. I was rushed to the ER numerous times, infected salivary glands, athlete's foot. I was congested daily. I was sick all the time, coughing up phlegm. So, as a Czech holistic lifestyle coach, one of the most rewarding parts of my job is working with clients. I guide them, and I love hearing their results. When I'm working with clients, the first thing I usually change is just their food. And with that alone, the results that they share with me are that they have better energy, They sleep better. Their blood work's improved. They reduce their medication or they get off their medicine completely. They have less pain and they have a better state of mind. So my awareness and consistent commitment to a life of well-being allows me to educate and provide continued growth and healing, not only to myself, but to many others. So with my CHEK certifications, Paul Chek is the founder of the CHEK Institute. He says the diet provides the foundation for our well-being. The foods and drinks we consume dramatically affect how we function daily, and most importantly, our energy levels. Oops. There we go. In Paul's 25 plus years of clinical practice as an international holistic health professional, he's seen that when the diet is deficient, there isn't enough energy or clarity of mind to initiate and sustain the changes needed for healing and improving one's health. The health of the man begins with the health of the soil. How many of you are familiar with glyphosate? Okay, that's okay. I'm here to educate you. And this is pretty scary. Glyphosate is the main ingredient in the herbicide Roundup. Roundup has been used for over 40 years on many crops like wheat, oat, corn, soy, canola, sugarcane, to name a few. Glyphosate produces anxiety and depression in rats. Did you know that $78 million was paid in November by Monsanto to a groundskeeper that used Roundup and was diagnosed with cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma to be exact? There are 11,000 cancer lawsuits underway, and I have to tell you, since the time I created this slideshow till just yesterday, that number has gone up to almost 14,000. People today aren't eating too much sugar or too many carbs. They're eating too much non-organic, genetically modified, glyphosate-laden foods. And this graph here, this shows how that black line is the use of glyphosate, how it's gone up. And with that, celiac has gone up. So some of the health consequences from commercial non-organic farming: diabetes, cancer, infertility, low birth weight, birth defects, acne, depression, weakened immune system, shoulder and back pain, food sensitivities and allergies, headaches, hormonal imbalances, constipation, IBS, celiac, and other digestive disorders, low energy or fatigue, and chronic inflammation. So, you have a little dash of pesticide here, a little bit of herbicide here, some heavy metals here. It adds up to one big fat chemical cocktail sitting on your plate. So, an Italian study designed to reflect the levels of exposure commonly found in the human food supply and the distribution of residue levels found that a mixture of 15 pesticides impaired liver function and induced free radical damage of DNA at low doses in rats. So what's more significant is that the DNA damage was not observed at higher doses administered. The book, The Living Soil and the Holly Experiment, describe reports from people who switched from conventionally grown foods to organic foods. The results were astounding. The benefits people noticed included the disappearance of rheumatism, reduced susceptibility to colds and infections, curing of allergy symptoms, and curing of supposedly incurable heart complaints. So, when working with clients, I prescribe several protocols. It just depends on what the client's needs are, what the client's goals are, and what symptoms they're sharing with me. But one of the first things I share with clients is eat real, unadulterated, organic food. I'm not putting them on any special diets. Eat real food. And so, a lot of people think with organic you have to be rich. You don't have to be rich. 1 in 4 Americans are solely devoted to buying organic foods. 2 out of 5 organic shoppers make $50,000 or less a year. 1 in 4 make $30,000 or less a year. 6 out of 10 shop at Walmart. So the so-called foodie elites are your average American. Another recommendation is a water filter. Okay, for everybody that's different. Budget, home, whatever. You can do a whole home filtration, you can do a countertop, but it's going to help remove the pesticides, the ammonia, the prescription drugs, the chlorine. Did you know that only 0.007% of the water on the planet is fresh? And we as Americans use 90 to 100 gallons of water per day per person. So the next thing, don't knock it till you try it. So reading and listening to me now, you're learning. I'm teaching you, okay? But what trumps all of that is personal experience and application. Apply it in your life. Try it. 15 days, aim for 15 days, 30 days. If you can go longer, great. Try it. See how your body responds to eating real, unadulterated foods. No chemicals. Grow your own or shop local. That way you know what's in your food. 80% of certified organic farmers are in developing countries. So importing organic foods is expensive. India is the top producer of organic farming. I shop with the local farm. They come to my house every week. So if you're interested in learning more about that, stop me throughout the day and ask, because I can connect you with local farms, information on that. And lastly, don't rely on the media or the government to educate you on food or your health. Your health is your responsibility. So, I put my money where my mouth is. The last 13 years, I've invested in eating organic foods, drinking filtered water, getting off prescription medications, using the safest, quickest, non-toxic cookware, non-toxic beauty products, and non-toxic household products. That has been the best health insurance policy for me. So, the choice is on us to use our dollars to support organic and biodynamic farmers. We need to move away from conventional farming and move away from processed foods and move away from chemically laden products to bring Mother Nature back into balance so we can reduce our body's toxic load and our family's toxic load. So, the key to being healthy in a toxic world, to reduce our body's toxic load and most importantly our country's toxic load, is in numbers, by the choices we make with our dollars.